The following is a feature presentation of our nation's sports show. Week 14 in the NFL is officially in the books. Tonight on a Nation Sports Show, we analyze all of the action from the first full weekend of games in the month of December. In Week 14, there were some critical victories, losses, and injuries that will change the course of the regular season. During the final stretch in college football, the conference championship games took place over the weekend. Tonight, we break it all down. Plus, the college football playoffs are set. Tonight, we also bring to you our Week 15 prediction battles in the National Football League. Plus, the latest breaking news in the NFL, the NBA, and more. It's showtime.
Good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
Oh shit. You know what that means, folks. No, that does not mean that another NFL player has come out of retirement to play for another team that's currently tanking. We are here, we are live, and it is our Nation Sports Show. What's going on, everybody? I'm Mr. Vickery, and we have a big show planned for you tonight, as always. And we're going to cover breaking news in the NFL, NBA. We're going to do our week predictions coming up soon for the NFL. We're going to review last week's games. We're going to do a lot of crazy stuff coming up. And then don't forget, in just a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing our top 10 Christmas movies and specials. It's going to be a nice little special feature with Christmas coming up in just a few weeks. Obviously, we hope everybody had a great weekend, enjoyed whatever sports was on, enjoyed whatever wrestling was on. And, obviously we're going to get into a lot of tonight. It's going to be mainly all sports talk as usual, but and we got a ton to really talk about. Big news in the NFL, the return of a former quarterback to his old team, and it's not who you think it is. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the injury that happened in Indiana that caused this to be possible. We're going to get into some big wins this past week, some big losses. We're going to get into all that, NBA news, injury news, all over sports world in just a little bit. But right now, there's only one person here. We're hoping to have Joey Thornton joining us as soon as possible. We will hear from him hopefully shortly. But for right now, I got with me my heavy metal brother from North Kakalaki. Man, who's always there to fight the good fight no matter what. And he will, when it comes to picks, he will lay it on the line. No matter how absurd his picks may be. But don't worry, folks. When it comes to winning these pick battles, he's got the magic power in him. So, ladies and gentlemen, Big Steven Wyand is here right now. Steven, what's up?
What is going on? And yes, if you did not get all of those references, it is from a band called Triumph, and Triumph has been the latest band to come out of retirement. And they are going to be going on tour next year. Joining them will be Brent Fitz Todd Kearns, and Phil X to help out Mike Levine, Rick Emmett, and Gil Moore. And that will be very interesting to see how that goes. And speaking of very interesting, what a very interesting week. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. Unlike LeBron, he shows up on time. The man with the plan, JT, Joey Thornton. What's going on, brother?
And unlike his Alabama Crimson Tide, he's made it to the final three.
Shut up. But
What's up, man?
Anyway, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday. And I got some great news yesterday, so that's why I'm here, ready to talk some sports. I'll discuss all the details later whenever the show goes off the air. But I'm here. I'm ready to talk some sports. So let's get into it, baby.
Yeah, and glad you're making it on just in the nick of time before we came, right as soon as we came on the air. And yeah, this is going to be a fun show tonight. A lot going on. Week 14 in the NFL is in the books. Week 15 is upon us. And the college football playoffs are now officially set. Conference championship games were played over the weekend. And there is a certain quarterback that is coming potentially out of retirement. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? But I know what's fixing to happen. We're going to grip it and rip it. We're live. Let's do this, fellas.
Okay, let's do it, boys. And we're going to start off with the college football playoff bracket. And the final bracket was released. And
but I got all the matchups right here.
Joey, go ahead and name them off, please.
All right, so the four teams on bye are as follows. Number 1, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Georgia. And number 4, Texas Tech.
Okay.
And our matchups for the college football playoff are as follows. Number 12, James Madison, is going to Eugene, Oregon to take on the number 5 Oregon Ducks. And the winner of that match will play Texas Tech in the second round. Number 9, Alabama, surprisingly. I'm still waking up with a shock. But number 9, Alabama, is having a rematch with an opponent on their schedule. They're going only this time it's a road game. We're going to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the number 8 ranked Sooners. And the winner of that match will play top seed Indiana. Number 11, Tulane, is going down to Mississippi to take on the 6th ranked Ole Miss Rebels. And the winner of that match will take on number 3 ranked Georgia. And then last but certainly not least, I think one of the most intriguing matchups in the college football playoff, number 10 Miami Hurricanes going to College Station to take on the number 7 ranked Texas A&M Aggies, with the winner of that match going on to play Ohio State.
See, and I'm very intrigued about these matchups. Like you said, the very last one is probably the most intriguing matchup of them all. I was surprised that James Madison made it in. I did not expect them to be in. And this is coming from a guy who's not exactly a college football aficionado. I don't watch it all the time, and that's me being truthful to you, the sports show fans and everybody out there. I keep an eye on it as much as I can, obviously. But the one team that got a lot of attention was a team that didn't make it, and that was the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. To the point that when they did not get in, Notre Dame put out a statement announcing that they were withdrawing from all ball game contentions.
Which honestly, I think that is a stupid call for Notre Dame. But at the same time, I understand where they're coming from, because I'm not going to lie. Of course, I'm an Alabama fan. I'm happy that we're in the playoff. But at the same time, with the way that we played against Georgia in the SEC championship, we did not deserve a spot in the college football playoff. I would have gladly given up our spot for Notre Dame to get in, because yeah, we may have had top 10 ranks in strength of schedule and strength of record. But Notre Dame, they started off 0-2 this season and then won 10 games in a row by like a combined 30 points per game. I mean, that's letting you know that Notre Dame is a really great team. Now, like I said, am I proud that Bama's in the playoff? Absolutely. But do I think Alabama deserves it? No, we don't. Because we have not played well these last few weeks of the regular season. And I honestly thought that Bama was going to be out of the playoff, having another 3-loss season, which is back-to-back 3-loss seasons, which is something that we're not accustomed to. But I thought that Bama was going to stay at home and have Notre Dame take spot. But it's what the College Football Playoff Committee decided. So we can't really go against the committee. I mean, we can voice our own opinions, but at the end of the day, what the committee decided is that Bama deserves a shot at the playoffs. So I guess we got to roll with it.
And coming from the Fox broadcast over the weekend during this game, even they were like, look, okay, Georgia is handling Alabama and is beating them to the punch and blowing them out the stadium. And even they were questioning, okay, it's going to be very interesting to see if Bama's going to be knocked out of this because considering how bad they're getting beat. And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked that Bama did not move down nor up in the tournament for the playoffs, and the fact that they're still there and Notre Dame is not, and I'm not a fan of neither one, and I can understand why Notre Dame is pissed off because you had a great record yourselves and you beat the teams that were in front of you, and you beat them, you beat them good. And even though Miami had a better record, obviously, the Hurricanes deserve it, but they deserve it just as much as Notre Dame does. So either you could have slipped Notre Dame in the back door at number 11 or 12 because, I mean, big name, big school name, but they didn't do that. They kept Bama in after they got their asses whooped on Saturday, and I was shocked. And Alabama cannot afford to play any more worse than Saturday and what's so odd about Bama is during the season they went on a streak, where they were beating top competition. So that is the one thing that I kind of can understand on why they're still there because they did beat some top ranked teams. They did in the season. But man, getting beat, 28-7, that's not good. And that is not good, not just this past weekend, but that could be what's to come when the playoffs begin in a couple of weeks. I mean, because Bama is not in a particular situation where, they're one of the top ranked teams because they got to hope that Georgia, that Indiana especially, and Ohio State or Texas Tech, because they can score with the best of them. They got to hope that either 2 or 3 of those teams have a slip up when their buys are finished. So it's quite interesting that Bama gets picked over Notre Dame.
See, and that's what's so unpredictable about the playoff because now that it's 12 teams, you're literally given 12 teams an opportunity to compete for the national championship. And think back to last year, which was the first year that the college football playoff increased to 12 teams. All 4 teams that had the first round bye lost their games.
Yep.
So,
and some of these teams have rarely tasted success, like Indiana. Indiana has not been this deep in the pool in a long time. And if I'm Indiana, I'm cherishing this while as much as I can because your spot at the top could be very well taken real quick.
yeah.
Like the fact that they were able to beat, at the time, the top ranked team in the world, in the college football world right now, Ohio State, and probably the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, Julian Sayin, was an absolute, like, I was shocked. And this is coming from somebody who believed in Indiana since I first saw them literally 3 games in. And I saw what they were doing and how good Fernando Mendoza was playing, and even his brother, who's just as, if almost just as good as he is.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, but one thing that kind of ticks me off a little bit
what?
about the playoff is not the fact, of course. I mean, I just displaced my opinion, but regarding Alabama and Notre Dame, but the fact that you still put Ohio State at number 2 above Georgia, who creamed Alabama in the SEC championship game by 3 scores.
That
Why
is a
didn't you-
great point, Joey. Spot
Why
on.
didn't you put Georgia at number 2 and drop Ohio State to at least number 3?
Or you could make the argument that Texas Tech could have leapfrog Ohio State and could have
Yeah,
been number
you
2
could.
or number 3. I mean, again, like, this is why I will never understand the college football playoff committee, because in the NFL, mediocrity is not successful. Mediocrity is not, sustainable. They do not accept mediocrity. I mean, and we're gonna get to the games over the weekend in a little bit, but just to use that as an example, with this past weekend's games, heading into Sunday Night Football, if the Houston Texans would have beat the Kansas City Chiefs, which they did, they would leapfrog Indianapolis, because Indianapolis has had a really bad stretch this year in the last 3 games, losing 3 games in a row. The college football does not do that. It doesn't make a damn if you got a better record than the team that's going to be, oh, you're ranked 12th. You would have to look at the records and really compare them and go, okay, let's just randomly draw. Okay, the final 2 teams at 11 and 12. All right, bump it. You get in as a consolation prize. It's almost like the top 10 is great, and the final 2 are just there. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like the top 10 teams are what matter, and the final 2 teams, they're just there. Like, come on, man. This is where the NBA gets it right. This is where Major League Baseball gets it right. This is where the NHL gets it right. Like, you have to rank things based on records instead of, strength of schedule. Fuck that. Strength of schedule does not play a role in where you stand. If your record is better than the other team, then you should be ranked higher.
It's the same way in the NFL with the way the conferences and the divisions are set up. It doesn't matter how your strength of schedule is. You could have an easy schedule the first 7 games, and then it's hard through the next 10 games. But then again, what matters at the end of the day? Wins and losses.
Look at the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills have hit a rocky stretch where where they've been up and down this year in the NFL, and there is no guarantee that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to be in the playoffs.
Look at Chicago. They were 0-2 and won 8 of their last 9.
Mm-hmm. And rightly so. They are where they are.
Exactly, and we're going to talk all about that in a few minutes. But
that just proves my point, and that proves our point, because we're talking about the college playoff standings, and this is going to give other schools who have a legitimate gripe and saying, "Hey, we deserve a seat at the table. We deserve a seat at the possibility of making a crack at the championship," and this is going to give Notre Dame and Texas, 2 teams who had, good records, a legitimate gripe.
But here's the thing, Steven. With Texas, I could see them getting in. I don't know why they didn't, but obviously it's
and Notre Dame, I could see why they would have gotten in, but they didn't.
Well, Notre Dame, do you think what the people have said that people said that Notre Dame should have gotten in, but the reason why they didn't is because they're not a conference school. Do you think that's? Do you think that's?
That is a bunch of bullshit. I'm
Yeah, I was
sorry.
getting ready to
I
ask,
mean,
is that BS, or do you think it's a legitimate thing because they're not a conference ranked team like most of the teams are here, whether you're ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, SEC? Do
but
you think that it's because
it-
they're not in a conference? Do you think that adds a little bit of a disadvantage to them getting
I think, unfortunately, it does. But also, riddle me this: what about in college basketball? We see these schools that get in the tournament and they go on a Cinderella run.
You don't even know who the fuck they are.
Exactly. But that's what makes the college basketball tournament the best.
NCAA definitely gets it right, but the for
But
whatever
not in college football. Nope.
college football does not seem to get it right.
No, definitely not. And you can't really go on that whole Notre Dame is not in a conference thing because, like I said earlier, think back to last year. Notre Dame made it to the playoff and they made it to the national championship game. Well, they
And they
lost to
almost
Ohio State.
won.
exactly.
They made it a game.
But
And Ohio State survived.
absolutely.
And as far as Notre Dame withdrawing from the bowls, I don't blame them. I mean, especially these guys that are leaving the school, and going to be drafted. Why screw up your draft prospects, to play in a meaningless bowl game? And speaking of the bowl games, we talked about this on the show over the years, the last 4 years, that there's too many bowl games, way too many bowl games.
Yeah. But another thing that came out of this whole college football thing was also the announcement of the Heisman Trophy finalists as well. That was another big thing that came out. And official Heisman Trophy finalists this year are Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, who's got 1,372 rushing yards and 18 rushing touchdowns.
He's the only running back in the field.
Yep, rest are all quarterbacks. Fernando Mendoza of Indiana, who's got 2,980 passing yards and 33 passing touchdowns. You got Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt, 3,192 passing yards, and 27 passing touchdowns. Then you have, of course, Ohio State's Julian Sand, who leads the pack with 3,323 passing yards and 31 passing touchdowns. So
it's going to be saying.
Yeah, I think it's
got to be saying. It's got to be.
As much as I'd love it to be Fernando Mendoza, I would love for it to be Fernando, but it's going to be Julian. I think he's going to end up taking it. I mean, would I love to see a running back get it? Absolutely. I would love to see a running back get the Heisman just to kind of stick it to the other quarterbacks. I'm not a Notre Dame fan by any means. I can't stand Fighting Irish. Never was a fan of them growing up. Never was a fan. My dad wasn't either. But, I can respect talent when I see talent in this. And if he were to get it, I would not be mad. But the numbers are completely different from a running back compared to a quarterback. But still, talent-wise, you got four complete athletes on this list. Guys who can make runs when they're eventually graduate to become big stars in the NFL in their respective positions. It's just a matter of who the committee thinks is the top guy, who they think is going to be that man. And I'm excited to see who's going to win, who's going to end up taking this one at the end. But that's pretty much it on the big news from the college football world. Do you have anything you want to throw in real quick, Joe, before we move on?
Nope. That's it for pretty much college football.
All right, cool.
And also, real quick, I do want to touch on. We talked about Texas Tech. I mean, they dominated BYU. I mean, no contest at all. I mean, and that is one thing I will say. I can understand why BYU did not get selected, because they got beaten badly. You got to be consistent.
Yep, absolutely. I agree on that. Let's go ahead and move on to the world of the NBA. And there's been several news notes since we left you last. And of course, obviously, I think obviously, if we talked, did we talk about the Chris Paul? We talked about the Chris Paul situation last week in full, right?
Well,
Yes.
we touched on it, yeah, and
Okay, I
which
just want,
that is still a very murky situation. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we did touch on it because I know some of the information about the Ty Lue situation and all that came out, I believe, after we had gotten off air. I believe a lot of that stuff was off air because if I remember right, I sent it to you guys as soon as I heard it on Wednesday.
you are absolutely correct. But
So
yeah,
let's get into that. Like you said, Steven, it's a very murky situation, and pretty much what is being reported. Obviously, this is we don't know if it's 1,000% true, but obviously, Shams Charania, one of the best reporters, news breakers in sports right now, especially in the NBA. The big thing was that Chris was apparently holding members of his team, the staff, and the office accountable for the team's failures and the way they've been losing games and all the different decision making they've been doing. I guess the office is more specifically Tyronn Lue did not like that. And Tyronn Lue cut off all ties with Chris Paul and would not speak to him. Well, Paul apparently heard through the grapevine that he was being that he was quote unquote being a negative influence on the team and that he was in this and that, basically saying that Paul was was creating a negative environment. So Paul went to go speak to Ty Lue and try to make an appointment with him to speak with him, and explain his case.
yeah.
Well, Lue ignored all of his texts and phone calls. Then Lawrence Frank, who I believe is a member of the Atlanta Falcons franchise, had to fly to Atlanta to meet with Chris and tell him that the Hawks franchise, sorry, that the Hawks and Chris would be parting ways. And then the rest of the team didn't find out until 3 a.m. in the morning.
Because he was with the Clippers again, and he had another.
But that's what I mean, Clippers. My bad.
And that's what's so sad because a team from another basketball organization
No, yeah.
had to inform Chris that, hey, you are being let go by the organization and the
Let me
Clippers.
do my research. I'm sorry. I need to figure out
But you're right because like Chris, Chris is making a legitimate gripe about
Okay,
James Harden and the team.
Sorry, Lawrence Frank is from the Clippers. He's the president of basketball operations.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
he
so the president of the Clippers goes to him and says, "Yeah, you're done," which is wrong because to me, Chris did nothing wrong. Chris is trying to figure out what is going on. Why are things happening the way they are? I mean, and look at the players that Chris is dealing with. James Harden, a diva. Kawhi Leonard, while he might be a great basketball player, but the man cannot stay healthy to save his life. James Harden has brought so many organizations down to their literal knees because of his bad play. He has brought franchises to the brink of disaster and has, had disaster, results with the Rockets and the Clippers, and the 76ers. And fortunately, he didn't get a chance to do it with the Thunder because they traded him to the Rockets. And it's just like, again, Chris is one of the best pound for pound point guards in the NBA. And the only thing that's holding Chris back is from being ranked even higher is that coveted NBA championship that he's never won. And the closest he came to winning a title was 4 years ago against Phoenix with Phoenix against the Bucks. And it's a damn shame, how the Clippers organization is treating him. And it's just, it's a very murky situation. And I honestly hope that Chris Paul goes back to the Warriors. Maybe go to the Warriors, maybe go to the Nuggets. Go to a team that has the best shot at winning a championship.
The Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah, go back to the Thunder. The Thunder are the defending champions. He was with the Thunder. You want to win a title? Go play with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and J-Dub and Holmgren and the rest of those guys. They'll carry you to the promised land. But the Clippers sure as hell ain't.
Well, yeah, we've known that for years that the Clippers are fucking trash heap, and they continue to be a trash
In
heap.
big situations, they are.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can be great in the regular season, but when that playoff, picture comes up, done.
They are nowhere to be found. But a team that's always found in playoff positions and always figures out a way to win them, usually, is the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors guard DeAnthony Melton made his season debut last Thursday after tearing his ACL a year ago. So another great player back for the 76ers on their bench to help them out. So let's talk about this evolving story that's been going on, and that is Giannis. Giannis and his team, Giannis and his agent, Alex Saratzis, have started conversations with the Milwaukee Bucks about his future and discussing whether his best fit is to stay or go elsewhere. But in an ironic twist of fate that happened, and no, this is not Giannis the one-na. I don't know if he could slap a tornado or dry up a sea, but Milwaukee, with him, he has suffered a right calf strain, and now will be out 2 to 4 weeks. So now the question is, obviously he's now injured, he's out, but the big question is, what do you think is going to be the best decision for Giannis? If you were Giannis, what would you do? Would you stay with the Milwaukee Bucks, or would you move on somewhere where depending on, of course, cap space and...
I go to Denver.
Really? Denver?
Mm-hmm. I mean, why not? I mean, you got the Joker.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. I mean, need I say more? I mean, all of that pressure, all of that load will go off of Giannis. And Nikola Jokic is by far the best big man in the NBA right now. Pound for pound, he can play it all. He can be a point guard. He can rebound. He can dribble the ball like a point guard, like a shooting guard. He can, post up like a forward, like a center. I mean, just incredible flexibility for a big guy in the NBA. And obviously Jamal Murray, when he's healthy, he's one of the best point guards to play the game as well. And Giannis can still play, but I think his days of being on a great Bucks team, they're behind him. They're clearly behind him. What do you think, Joey? What do you think Giannis should do? Sorry, no pun intended. Should he stay or should he go?
Honestly, Giannis has a lot of potential still because, I mean, he's still a young guy. And there would be a overflow of NBA teams who would love to have his talents. And honestly, I think it is time for Giannis to move on from Milwaukee. I mean, it's not the fact that Milwaukee is holding him down. It's more the fact that Milwaukee just doesn't have it right now because, I mean, even before the season started, they lost Damian Lillard to the injury, and now he's been traded back to Portland. So, who else does Milwaukee have on their team right now that has been a true, legitimate superstar over the past few years? Only Giannis.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And quite honestly, Milwaukee, they need to be in rebuilding mode right now because chances are Giannis is going to leave and he needs to go to some place where he can use his talents but not be dependent on a night-to-night basis. So, yeah, I feel like it's time for Giannis to leave Milwaukee. Now, as far as where he can go, Oh, the options are endless. I mean, he can stay in the East and go to somebody like Atlanta or Toronto or Brooklyn.
Dude, he could go to the Pacers.
Yeah, he could go to the Pacers. Hell, he could go to the Knicks.
Mmm. And help their defense.
Yes, he can go
Yeah.
to the Knicks. Or if he wants, he can go out west and play for, let's just say, Sacramento. He could play for Denver. Oh, oh, I just thought of the most perfect fit for Giannis. I just thought of the most perfect fit for Giannis. Check this out. How about the San Antonio Spurs?
Holy shit. Him
Yeah.
and Victor Wembanyama? Sign me up.
Yep.
And Fox? Damn.
Yeah, and Fox.
Yeah,
Fox.
that's some firepower if I ever heard that.
Wow.
Yeah, big time.
I agree with you. I think San Antonio would be a great spot. I agree Indiana would be good. I think
You know what? Bump it. San Antonio.
I think Indiana would be good, especially with Tyrese is still gonna be out for a little bit into the season. I think having somebody like Giannis there to help out with some of the scoring and take some of the burden off of some of the other guys on that team, I think would be great. But I agree, San Antonio. Imagine, yeah, like you said, that three with Wemby, the Greek Freak, and Fox together as a trio, fucking raining buckets on every team that walks past. That would be something I would definitely pay money to see. But yeah, it's very interesting to see where this whole Giannis situation ends up, and we're gonna keep track of it. And if there's any breaking news, we'll cover it on the show, as we do with everything. Moving on, the Cleveland Cavaliers have been fined $250,000 for violating player participation policy for not making Darius Garland available for a national televised game versus a non-national game.
Mm.
250 grand. Holy shit.
Wow.
Orlando Magic star, and finally, from Sham, Orlando Magic star Franz Wagner has sustained a high left ankle sprain. Typically, an injury like this is a time frame of 2 to 4 weeks. Overall, tremendous results after MRI today show no structural damage on his left leg. So that's.
At least he avoided the worst situation.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. He avoided what could have been possible season-ending or at least season-altering spot for him. By the way, we want to go back to the college football game real quick. Indiana versus Ohio State. In the crowd for that game was the Pat McAfee show's own Pat McAfee, Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor, and I believe Tony Diggs was out there as well. But also with him was Tyrese Halliburton.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Enjoying the game out there as well. And then one more injury note before we move on here, because obviously right now they're just doing that Emirates NBA Cup stuff going on. RJ Barrett for the Raptors will be sidelined for at least another week following a platelet-rich plasma injection in his sprained right knee. So he's trying to cure some sort of knee injury that he suffered through platelet-rich plasma injections, which is something I never really heard of to be done for therapy. But, if you slap yourself in the head too hard, you'll give yourself a concussion. Don't be, don't be Jackson Dart.
No, I'm trying to deal with the stupid fly that keeps buzzing around my head.
Also, don't be Goldberg.
Yeah. Yeah, with this show, instead of who's next, it's more like who's watching. Good Lord. Let's get into some MLB news, because let me tell you, man.
Man, there's some news today.
It's been a busy day today, and let's talk about the biggest one, and probably the one that people are not happy about. And that is that the Dodgers have reached a 3-year deal with Edwin Diaz.
That's huge for the Dodgers.
And huge for Diaz because he's out at the hellhole that is the Mets.
3 year, $69 million contract.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yep, he opted out of the remaining 2 years and $38 million of his contract with the Mets. Yep.
Man, but how about a signing bigger than that? And that is the fact that Philadelphia Phillies big man Kyle Schwarber is back with the Phillies on a 5-year, $150 million deal.
Making bank, son.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of players out there who right now are
Yeah, but free agency is just getting started.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And if we see any more big trades during this time when we're on the show, we'll definitely let you know and we'll break it as soon as we hear about it. But
sure. And I also want to say congratulations to your Chicago White Sox for landing the #1 overall pick in the 2026 MLB draft.
That's right. Sox, baby, get it done. Let's do this. Now let's hope our front office can actually have enough brain cells to put together to make the right pick.
Well, if they're anything like the Dallas Cowboys front office, you might be screwed.
I think Jerry Reinsdorf has got one more brain cell than fucking Jerry Jones. So we might be okay.
Hey, at this point, Steven has more brain cells than Jerry Jones.
That wasn't just a joke. That was just an insult.
Well.
Are you gonna take that line sitting up? I was gonna say lying down, but you're sitting up right now.
Actually, you know what? You know what? Forget about that. How about my foster son has more brain cells than Jerry Jones?
Okay, we'll go with that. Sounds good. But let's get into the.
Anybody has more brain cells than Jerry Jones.
This is true.
I mean, that's a fucking given, dude. That's just a given. Dude, I'm telling you right now, Jackson Dart has had 4 concussions and has more brain cells than fucking Jerry Jones does. Tua Tagovailoa's brain is a pile of stew, and he has more brain cells than Jerry Jones. Sorry, Tua. Yeah, sorry, Tua. You're a good player, man. Keep going. Just protect your head. We got some games to get into, man. Let's get into the Thursday night game that we saw, and that was, of course, the Lions taking out the Cowboys 44-30.
And Jahmyr Gibbs, man. Once again, another great game.
And David Montgomery.
Yeah, and David Montgomery.
Those two are a force, an absolute force at running back. And Gibbs is just on another level right now. He is, I mean, absolutely incredible beast of a player.
Yeah, and you know something that makes me laugh?
What?
And I bet you everybody is eating a bunch of crow right now that thought this, but do you guys remember back when Jahmyr Gibbs first got drafted by Detroit with the number 12 overall pick? The Lions got a D for that pick. And now look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now look how that's turned out. Jahmyr Gibbs has become one of the greatest running backs of the modern era. I mean, he can be looking like he's going to be tackled, and then he just breaks contain and just goes off on a huge gain. I mean, he's hard to stop. And when this Detroit team is rolling, they are definitely hard to stop. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown finally coming back this week after missing the rest of that Green Bay game on Thanksgiving. He is a huge integral part of that Lions offense that makes them roll.
Absolutely, dude. And next, let's start, and then we go to the first game of the.
Oh, real quick, and also Dak had a good game, but man, Dak had a great game, but man, there were some missed opportunities in that game for him and their
Not to
defense.
mention, and not to mention, CD Lamb left early in the second half because of a concussion, and
Yep,
I'm pretty sure he's still in protocol right now.
yeah. Pickens didn't have a great game, but Dak did what he could. He did pretty solid. But what killed the Cowboys was the penalties and, of course, their defense.
Like always.
Yeah. And then we move on to the 1 o'clock games from this past week, and obviously the first one we want to talk about is the Seahawks defeating the Falcons 37-9. Once again, Sam Darnold proving the haters wrong. Guy went from an absolute nobody and a joke to being one of the top quarterbacks in the NFC. Just incredible. The turnaround for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and keep in mind that over these last 8 quarters, the last 2 NFL games, the Seahawks have not allowed an offensive touchdown,
That is crazy.
or just a touchdown in general.
And this game was close. It was 6-6 at the end of the half. And then
That is
Seattle
until Seattle had that strong second half.
And then they came out like gangbusters. And that was it.
Yep.
Outscored them 31-3 in the second half.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it would have been ironic if it would have been 28-3.
It was close.
Very close. And what about this one, man? The Steelers beating the Ravens 27-22.
Okay, I got a major gripe with this game.
Oh,
What?
there you go.
What
The
the
floor is
hell?
yours, sir.
What the hell are we doing here? That was a touchdown. I am sorry. That was a touchdown. He had 2 feet in, and then he made a football move in the end zone. 1, 2, 3. Football move. Touchdown. That was a touchdown. The Ravens were robbed. They were absolutely robbed. Now, I know Lamar Jackson didn't help himself with bad plays, and Derrick Henry didn't have a great game. Their defense, their defense came to play and made some critical stops. But man, the officiating during this game was so bad. So bad. And if Baltimore is still in the hunt, I do not want to face them if I'm Pittsburgh on their turf, because the Ravens are going to be desperate to beat them again if they're still in the hunt. But bottom line is, that officiating crew, which, by the way, I heard on the radio over the weekend that I think the official's name was Alex Moore. His officiating crew for 2025 has thrown the most penalties during games officiated this year. Well, it fucking showed, because there was a lot of fouls in this game, a lot of flags in this game, and just a lot of missed calls in this game. Like, man, I mean, that was a touchdown. How is that not a touchdown? This is Jesse James all over again. When the Steelers played the Patriots. Like, come on, man. That was clearly a touchdown. You got to make the move to get. Now, if he would have had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, okay, fine. Fine. But we're not going to call that a touchdown when clearly he had both feet in. And he made a football move in the end to confirm that he had control of the ball. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here?
And ladies and gentlemen, that was a Steven rant. Enjoy more next week. But I don't have anything to say about that game. I'll just say good game, whatever, move on.
Hey, I will say though, the next game on the schedule, I swear, Ezra, it's almost like you curse all of us whenever you call this next game the game of the week. because it turns out it kind of was the game of the week.
And that was the Tennessee Titans beating the Cleveland Browns to get their second win of the season, 31-29.
And Shadur Sanders.
364 yards.
And speaking of wacky games, okay, another question for Cleveland. What the hell are you doing on that 2-point conversion? You're going to run a fake reverse with another guy? That's not Shadur Sanders? Hello? He had 364 yards in the game and 3 TDs. And Cleveland thought, oh, let's take our guy out. That you fans in Cleveland were pissing and moaning, wanting like little bitches, wanting, give Shadur a chance. Give him a chance. You gave him a chance. He went on the field. He proved why he belongs in the, with this team right now. And then, oh, you had the most genius idea, Kevin Stefanski. Let's take out Sanders out of the game. Ooh, just to play cutesy-wootsy with the Titans because they suck ass. Well, you're not far from them, pal, because your team isn't that great either when it comes to the offense. Defensively, you're good. Offensively, meh. But that play call, that was so bad. Oh, that was excruciating. I'm sitting there listening to the NFL radio broadcast, and they're going to these broadcast, networks for these teams, and I hear this one going, "The fuck are you doing? what are we doing here? Like, come on! Like,
The only reason Tennessee won is one name, Tony Pollard.
That's it.
25 rushes for 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6.4 yards a carry.
Including a 60-plus yarder from scrimmage.
65-yard from scrimmage,
Yep. I mean, Tony Pollard was the reason why they got their second victory. I mean, now, I will give Shadur Sanders this. He did have a good overall solid game. But, man, just wake up, Cleveland. If you're going to have a chance to win a game, you got to play your cards right. Don't get cute with the play calling because that's when it's going to bite you, and it did. Not surprised.
Yep, exactly. Let's see here. Then we also had the Jaguars beat the Colts 36-19, and 2 stories coming out of this one.
Ooh.
The biggest one, probably the biggest one being, as we know, Daniel Jones, of course, tore his Achilles in that game. Of course, Jones already playing with a fractured fibula, tore the Achilles tendon in his left knee, in his left leg. It is now done for the season.
But, this is not good.
But the biggest one, and we're all going to agree, is that the Colts announced that they have signed to the practice squad 44-year-old San Diego Chargers legend, Phillip Rivers.
He's also a legend at creating the little people.
He's got
he
seven,
just became a grandfather.
Yep.
He's got 7 daughters and 3 sons.
and you know what's also scary?
Man's got his own starting 11 on the offense.
His oldest daughter is just as old as the Colts backup. Ain't that a bitch?
Hey. Phillip Rivers may have 10 kids, but it's still less than Nick Cannon's 15.
He's got competition, brother.
Oof.
I mean, good Lord. I mean now, okay. The Colts is a very interesting situation because Jonathan Taylor, for weeks, was pound for pound the best running back in the game, bar none. Last couple of weeks, not so much when it comes statistically, and not winning. I mean, Daniel Jones, God bless the guy for going out there on the football field and actually giving it a good old college try and actually playing through the pain and then suffering the worst injury of all. And we feared the worst, and it was the worst injury news possible happening. And now the Colts are in desperate times, desperate measures. And they're very desperate. They're 8-5. They are now on the outside looking in. And you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because Anthony Richardson is not even there. He's got an injury to his eye.
He's
And then
on a
he's on IR. And then their backup rookie, he's got knee issues.
yeah, he's got a strained tendon in one of his knees. So there is a possibility that if he does well in practice Wednesday and Thursday, depending on how he feels, we might see Philip Rivers starting as soon as this weekend.
And if Philip Rivers is activated and he starts, he goes off the eligibility list for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And he would have to wait until 2031.
Yep.
Which he can wait. He can wait because, I mean, let's be honest. He's got his armory, full of kids, and he's got his grandkids. I mean, he'll be all right. He's got his money. He's good.
Yeah. The man is still, the man's healthy enough to go out there and play. I mean, who's going to stop him? Nobody's going to stop him.
Not only that, but if you're Indianapolis, what are you going to do? I mean,
and here's the thing, Steven. The man knows the system. He played with Indy during the pandemic.
Exactly.
Nobody knows that system better out of any quarterback right now that is not current, wasn't originally side of that roster than Philip, because he played with them. He knows how everything works.
He played for a year and he led the team to the playoffs.
All it would be is chemistry. All it would be is chemistry with guys like Jonathan Taylor, guys like, Warren and Pittman and Abdullah. Those guys, he would have to build a little chemistry, but that's it. He knows everything else.
Yeah.
You said he's been with that team before.
I mean, and that's the thing. And if I'm Indy, you got to do what you got to do. Whether you, and I know people are going to question, why is Philip Rivers getting another shot at the NFL? Well, if you're Indianapolis, you're this far in the season, you got to do something, because, I mean, Anthony Richardson's out. Their backup rookie quarterback is out. I mean, you have no other way to go. Philip Rivers is the only option. And he's also going to be the most intriguing storyline heading into week 15, because the questions are going to be surrounding him. Will he play? Will he not? If he doesn't play, will he see action? Because what if the rookie backup quarterback goes in there and sucks? Well, then what do? You're going to throw Philip out there in the game anyways. So we'll see what happens. But good win for Jacksonville. I still don't trust him.
Yeah, I don't either. Joey, any thoughts?
I mean, not really. I mean, it is disheartening that the Colts have lost Daniel Jones, and it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do if Riley Leonard is able to play, or if they do decide to bring up Philip Rivers. But
I mean, because if Leonard goes in, Joey, and he throws 2 picks, what are you going to do? You're going to yank him. Out the game you go. Bye.
Yeah, you're going to yank him. Well, then again, there was a certain quarterback that threw 4 picks last night.
Oh, but we're going to get to that. Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Yep, but first we got to go to a game that things went from bad to worse, and that was the Vikings blanking the Commanders 31-0.
Oh, dear Lord.
Jaden Daniels, unfortunately, out again with another injury to that same left elbow that he dislocated. And then also Zach Ertz is now done for the year with a torn ACL.
Yeah, he's done. And how ironic is this that the same team that got shut out by the Seahawks shuts out a team this week?
Any thoughts from you, Joe, on this situation going on right now?
I just got one thing to say, and one thing only.
Okay.
We're 3-10. Sit Jaden Daniels down for the rest of the season.
I
End of
agree.
story.
Agree.
100%.
Done. No questions, Your Honor. Next.
Yeah, he shouldn't play another down this season. He's done. Keep Mariota out there, give him some time, and then, and all that stuff. Just keep him there. But also we had the Dolphins beat down the Jets 34-10.
Oof.
That
And I
Yeah.
just I happen to since we're on this game now, I happen to hear a very very interesting statistic.
Okay.
Despite the fact that Tua has tended to struggle in colder weather,
Mm,
he has never lost to the Jets.
that's ironic.
He's never lost to the Jets. Even when they play in New York, he's never lost to them. And that is something, and I'm like, holy crap. I even went back and did my research, and sure enough, what Chris Berman said was true.
Yeah. That's a very interesting stat.
Yeah, but one note is that for a little bit it looked like Devon Chain was going to be out of the game. He had a rib injury, but they brought him back as an emergency third in case they needed him for anything. So it's gonna be interesting to monitor Chain for the rest of this week and see if he'll play this weekend. Um, we move on to the Saints beating the Bucks 24 to 20. That fucked my pickup. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Gosh,
How did the
that
fucking
one was a
Saints beat
shocker.
the Bucks? Like for real.
Now
Yeah,
that
that
yeah,
was an absolute shocker.
and now
Season's
the
on
Bucks are
crack.
tied with the Panthers.
Yet again.
This season is on crack.
Especially with the story that Phillip Rivers could be coming out of retirement and playing. Yep.
Man,
Could
who
be
would
coming
have
out of
thought?
retirement and playing. The Saints beat the Bucks, Saints are 3-10. The fucking Carolina Panthers are near playoff bound. What the fuck?
Yeah, who
What
would
the
have
fuck
thought?
timeline am I living in?
Who would have thought that at the beginning of the NFL season, somebody would tell somebody in today's age that the Carolina Panthers have the looks of a playoff team, but not the Kansas City Chiefs?
And-
Yeah. We are definitely living in an alternate universe.
oh, and by the way, let's talk about this game. The Bills squeaked by the Bengals 39 to 34 with
Was
a
a crazy
comeback
game.
victory.
I'm telling you, them two back-to-back picks by Joe Burrow roasted the Bengals.
In a very fun snow game.
This game was crazy. And Cincy almost won the game at the end.
Yes,
Oh,
man. Got to give credit to both teams, man. Both teams brought it big time. Joe Burrow once again proving why he is Joe Cool. And I mean, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Come on, and he looked
James Cook played a great game.
James Cook played a great game.
T. Higgins had a hell of a game.
Kincaid
Yes,
finally
he
came
did.
back after being out with injury for a little bit.
And also, the news came out that
Knox-
his girl, is having a baby. So that was cool, to hear
Yep.
about that.
And Knox for the Bills on tight end he had a big game this week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem that the Bengals defense has, and that's against tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
On to the next game. The Broncos were able to beat the Raiders 24 to 17.
Yeah, Geno Smith having Geno Smith problems. Yeah, not a good game.
Hey, I will say I will say one bright spot about Geno Smith is from this past Sunday against this mighty Denver defense. He didn't turn the ball over.
Yep.
Yep, no interceptions.
Another bright spot for
Once.
Mr. Smith is Brock Bowers.
Yep.
Brock Bowers is an
Like I
absolute
said, he's
force.
the only reason Geno has thrown, or he's the only reason Geno's actually thrown touchdowns this year.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the game that broke my heart, and that was the Packers and the Bears 28 to 21.
Dude,
okay,
I am not a Bears fan, nor a Packers fan, but my heart was in my throat a couple of times during this game because I'm going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Like this game was so crazy. As when the Bears were driving, I almost texted you and said, dude, if I am Chicago and they score here, they got to go for two. Like
And
I
that
was thinking, I was like, oh my God, are they if they score, they're probably gonna go for two just to be gutsy. But man, this was a crazy game. I mean, Jordan Love had a great game. Caleb Williams, up until that very bad interception, he had a great game. The running game, my nun guy, DeAndre Swift, they were running the ball great. And speaking of running the ball great, also Josh Jacobs had a great game for Green Bay. I mean, this was the best game of the week. Like, these two teams laid it out all on the field. And as you know, we know, you, me, Joey, Kevin, we all know that Chicago is real. But the rest of the world got a taste of Chicago style football. Chicago is a for real team this year in 2025.
and here's what I'll say about this game. Caleb Williams, I think after looking at the things, listening to what Caleb had to say, the play was right. It was just that he didn't have enough sting on the ball because he was scrambling. He didn't have enough, you know, he
And he
wasn't.
scrambled to his left instead of his right.
Well, he was also trying to hit Cole Kmet, and unfortunately, he threw the ball a little under, which caused the interception that ended the game. But also, look, the Bears did not play all four quarters as well as they should. They got themselves into a hole against Green Bay, and that is a big thing you don't want to do. And we know how good Jordan Love is. We know how good Josh Jacobs is, Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson. And that defense, Gary, Micah Parsons, I mean, they were bursting through that offensive line, making Caleb so uncomfortable. And, I'm not going to make up excuses. I'm not going to sit here and bitch, moan, and complain. I'm proud of the way the Bears fought back. I'm proud of the way they tried to come back and win this damn game. You know what? We lost. We're down to number 7 in the NFC. We're back in the wild card section. It is what it is. It's a game of football. That's how tightly knit this NFC division is.
And
But
Chicago is still in the thick of things. They're
But
still
you-
right there.
but you know what?
Yeah, because don't forget, y'all still got Green Bay coming to y'all's field in a few weeks.
Yep.
I was getting ready to say we got them some bitches in 2 weeks back at our home turf, back at Soldier Field. And you know that stadium is going to be packed. It is going to be loud. It is going to be relentless. And you know what? I'm excited for it. I can't wait. 8:20 start time on a Saturday, which is going to be very, very interesting. Also, we got Cleveland coming up, and we're going to get into that in just a few minutes. But it's, you know what? I'm no excuses. Packers were a better team that night. All the credit in the world to the Packers themselves, for playing such a great hard-fought game. But we got a few more games we got to roll through so we can get to these pick segments. The next game was the Rams absolutely stomping the Cardinals.
Sweet
45-17.
Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua. I mean, my God. I mean, this connection. And also Devontae Adams. I mean, Devontae Adams has found a home in Los Angeles. Puka Nacua now taking over Cooper Kupp's role of being the best number one receiver. And I think he's clearly the best number one receiver for this team right now. And he just makes acrobatic catches, make it look effortlessly. I mean, just incredible player. And Matthew Stafford is having his best pound for pound season as a pro. He's been doing this for 17 years.
Yeah, this was an ass whooping of the COD Cardinals, so this is,
Not even close.
what more can I say?
Yeah, which by the
Uh,
way, Kyler Murray is enjoying playing Call of Duty so much. He's not going to play in any more games this season for the Cardinals.
yep, he's done. Um, then we had our Sunday night football matchup. The Texans
Oh, this
beating
was
the Chiefs
embarrassing for
Oh,
Kansas City.
20 to 10, baby.
That Texas defense made the almighty Patrick Mahomes look so lost.
yes, they did. And I know Ez heard me ranting there in this game because Andy Reid had two of the most boneheaded decisions. What in the world are you doing going for it on fourth down in your own territory? I
If you
mean,
were, if you were to talk about all-time bonehead plays, I forgot about that soundbite.
Haven't heard that sound bite in a long time.
I'm
oh
gonna have
my
to,
God, yes.
I'm gonna have to locate that.
Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. Now, speaking of boneheaded plays, the Kansas City Chiefs receiving core could not catch a damn thing if their lives were on the line. I mean, there was multiple drop passes in this game, including a couple of critical drops by Travis Kelce himself. Their defense, I will give them this. Chris Jones and company, they were the only bright spot for this Kansas City team. They kept Houston scoreless for a majority of that second half until the fourth quarter. But my God, Kansas City tied the game at 10. And Patrick Mahomes had arguably his worst performed game as a pro with 3 interceptions, no touchdowns, neither rushing nor passing. And Kansas City right now is 6-7. And their schedule, even though it might be winnable for majority wise, it's not going to be easy because they've been so inconsistent. They are
Well,
not the same team of years ago.
absolutely not. And with this loss, Kansas City is now officially eliminated from AFC West title contention for the
Ending
first
that
time since
streak.
2015.
Yep.
There'll be finally a new ruler in the AFC West.
The Denver
Yep, either the
Broncos,
Broncos or
potentially.
the Chargers.
The Broncos, more than likely, or the Chargers.
Speaking of the
Which
Chargers,
so I was about to say, speaking of the Chargers,
they won last night 22 to 19 over the
By the
Eagles.
skin of their teeth and also by complete bad play calling and execution by the Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts, who accounted
who've
for
now lost 3 games in a
turnovers.
row.
Yup.
Oh, but
Philadelphia last night had an opportunity to win this game and they blew it.
by the way, Kevin, tell Steve this: Kevin Patullo's house was egged the other night by Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Wasn't that kind of ironic considering Philly's football team laid an egg on the field? No pun intended. I don't give a shit. Anyways, but Jalen Hurts,
Four
Jalen Hurts,
interceptions.
bad, and then a
Oh,
fumble
and
as
not
well.
to mention, for the first time since 1978, 2 turnovers on the same play.
Uh-huh. Yep. You know what? And Kevin will appreciate this. That turnover and then the second turnover, that looked like something Kevin would do in Madden. I swear to you. Like I've witnessed it. Intercepted. Nope, it's a fumble. And he got it back. Oh, 2 turnovers. Like Kevin would do that in Madden, and it happened in
yeah,
reality.
I believe it.
Yeah. This was a weird game. I mean, and AJ Brown still had a good game. Saquon Barkley finally had a coming out party with a 52-yard touchdown. And got to give this guy credit. Freaking Justin Herbert, a one-armed man in an ass-kicking contest, absolutely came out and played.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. To stand there in the pocket and make critical throws when it mattered the most. Man, he hung in there. Got to give the devil his due. He had a pretty solid game. But again, if you're Philadelphia, you are now in a world of trouble because you still got Dallas on your schedule. And oh, by the way, Dallas owns the victory over Philly. You got
Yep.
Dallas in your division. You split the series, a game apiece. If you're Dallas, all you got to do is win a couple of these games, and Philly keeps on screwing up, and you could be winning the division. Philly's not playing great, and neither is Dallas's defense.
Nope, they are
But if,
not.
but as far as this Petula situation, I feel bad for him because I mean nobody deserves to get their house vandalized, and I mean go figure it's the Eagles fan base, so there's that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gutsy win by the Chargers. The old Chargers would have lost this game. Just saying.
Yeah. And that wraps up the games from this past week. Now it is time for our favorite part of this whole show, and that is the pick segment. But first, Joey has some numbers for us. Joey, so let's hear them.
Yes, I do have the actual numbers this week, unlike last week, but of course
You
that
do
was a
have
last
Kevin's
minute
scores,
thing.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I didn't know if Kevin sent them to you or not.
Yep, I do have Kevin's scores.
Okay, and I got hijacked.
But last week it was a two-man tie between myself and Steven with records of 8-6.
Oh God.
Ezra and Hijacker finished tied for second at 7-7.
Okay.
And Kevin rounds out the field with a record of 6-8.
Okay. Not bad. All right.
Not bad.
Yep. Like I said, I've got hijacker's scores already saved. So we're ready to do this. Let's do it, gents.
Yep.
All right. Well, we started off with a Thursday night football matchup between the ATL Falcons and the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, and I
All
think
right, I'm
this.
gonna get
Oh, go ahead.
things. I'm gonna get things started off with Kevin's score.
Here we go.
Yeah. Where this is going.
He's got the Bucks over the butt cheeks, 16-8.
Well, this game's going to be complete ass because I got the Bucks absolutely destroying Captain Kirk and his so-called Falcons. Give me the Bucks to rebound, 30-14.
Cat Saw. Stargate. Stargate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well. Give me the Bucks. I'm gonna go 24-7.
Okay.
Hijacker has Tampa Bay over Atlanta here, 28-10.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a similar score. I'm gonna go a little lower. I'm gonna go 24-7.
Haha, same score as me.
Nice.
Yep. Well, I didn't remember your score because I was trying to find hijackers in my photos, so I was trying to scroll through.
Gotcha.
All right, next game on the docket is the Bears and the Browns.
Cleveland.
Let's see.
I feel
Let's see.
bad for you.
Kevin has the Bears over the Browns in this one. Score 29-20.
Man, how to score is that?
Fucking drugs is he on?
Wow.
Oh, wait till you hear some of these other scores.
Okay.
Okay. We're
So
just
it's
getting
gonna go from bad to worse. Got it.
Okay, so we're just getting started. Okay. Yeah, with that being said, give me Chicago to rebound and beat Cleveland. Give me Chicago 28-17.
Give me Chicago. Yeah. Give me Chicago in this one. 27-10.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Bears. Also, I do think it's gonna be a little bit close, but the Bears are still gonna pull this one out. So give me the Bears. I'm gonna go 27-20.
Okay.
Hmm. If I'm reading this right, because Hijacker's fours kind of look like nines. I think that's what he's trying to go with here. Oh no, he's got okay. Now I see the difference. Okay, never mind. He's got him winning. Bears winning 30-29.
Wow.
That actually is a 4.
That's a 4.
That is a
Okay.
4.
Yeah, because that's a little confusing to me.
So yeah, so 30 to
I
24.
can tell the other fours are right. I can tell the regular fours are right. It's just that it's missing the tail on that's going horizontally. It's missing that tail.
But yeah, that 9 is actually a 4, so it's 30 to 24.
Okay, 30-24. Thanks, Joe. But yeah, that's Hijacker scored 30-24 Chicago.
Okay.
All right.
Oh
Next-
boy, this
next-
one.
Ha ha! This game is gonna be off the fucking chain. Ravens and Bengals.
Damn. Okay.
In the jungle.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go first with this one.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm actually gonna do this, but I'm picking the Bengals.
Damn, son.
I am picking the Bengals in the jungle. I think this is going to be a very, very close game from start to finish because these two teams always fight to the death when it seems like these two play each other. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on a game-winning touchdown. But get this, in overtime, 33-30.
Wow.
31-28 Cincinnati.
Damn. Okay.
Joe Burrow is going to have 4 touchdowns.
Oh.
He's going to
All
light
right,
it up.
let's see. Let's see. Kevin has the Ravens over the Bengals in this one, 37-34.
Damn. Look at these scores.
I like that. That's actually really good.
I like that score.
Hijacker has this game actually a little bit lower. 21-17 Baltimore.
Wow.
Wow.
I guess it's up to me to break the tie.
Yes, sir.
Man, this is tough because you don't know which two teams you're going to get. I'm going to go with Baltimore considering how bad Cincinnati's defense is, but I do think it's going to be a close game. I like Baltimore to win this one on the road. Give me Baltimore in a close one, high scoring affair, 34-32.
Whoa. Okay.
But get this, 2-point conversion again for the Bengals.
Wow.
Nice.
Deja vu.
All right. Next game, Cardinals and the Texans.
No contest. Houston rolling 30-14.
Oh, go ahead. 30-14.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Houston. Give me Houston this one, 27-13.
Okay.
Texans 29-19.
Oh, wow.
Hijacker has Houston winning 25-12.
Damn, now that's odd.
All right, and Kevin has the Texans over the Cardinals 27-9.
That sounds about likely.
Yeah, that could definitely happen. Okay. Next up is the Jets and the Jags.
Yeah, give me the Jags to publicly embarrass the living hell out of the Jets, Jets. Give me the Jaguars to hang the Jets, or how about this? Give me the Jags to suck all the jet fuel out of them. Yeah, give me the Jaguars in this one. I'm going to go with the Jags outright. 31-10.
Give me the Jaguars in a shutout.
Whoa.
24 nothing.
Wow.
Give me the Jags in this one, 38-6.
All right, let's see. Kevin has the Jags over the Jets 27-14.
Okay.
Yep. Hijacker has Jacksonville over New York, 24-10.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
boy. AFC West up next.
There we go.
Chargers and Chiefs. Now the question, are they playing at GH Field at Arrowhead or are they playing at SoFi?
They're playing at Arrowhead
Okay.
because whenever they played in week 1, that was technically a home game for the Chargers, even though it was played in Brazil.
You are right. This is a tough one.
This actually is a tough one
I'm
because
gonna go. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this
stick with
really
the.
is a
I'm gonna
tough
stick
one.
with the Chargers in this one only because I mean we know how good Patrick Mahomes is, and I mean obviously the Kelsey had some drops and Rasheed Rice got fucking destroyed.
oh, he got annihilated.
Oh, by the way, best line of the week. Now Rasheed Rice knows what it's like to be hit at a high rated speed by somebody and have them leave the scene.
Yeah, like that was
Yeah.
That was just absolutely the most vicious line I've ever heard in the history
yeah.
of
Karma
NFL
gets you.
memes. Like NFL memes, you have hit a new low and a new high. Congratulations.
Literally and figuratively all at the same time.
Well, no. Zach Ertz got hit with a new low, but that's a whole different story.
Well, there's that.
Anyway, you're going with the Chargers, Ezra?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers. I don't know why, but I'm not as comfortable on this because I think the Chiefs could bounce back in this one. It's a tough one for me, but I'm gonna keep it close and kind of a little bit on. I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one, 27-24 to game-winning field goal. I think it's
All
gonna be
right.
close games throughout.
All right. Kevin has the Chargers over the Bums.
The bums.
He's got the Chargers over the Bums 25-13.
Mm.
Hmm. Hijacker has the Chargers over Kansas City, 23-16.
Mm.
You know, I don't feel good about it.
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna be Mahomes' game to come back on, especially since this is an AFC West opponent and seeing as how he lost to them earlier in the season. I feel like this is going to be a bounce back game for Mahomes a little bit, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with the Chiefs in this one. I'm going to go 23-20.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Kansas City, they're desperate. They want revenge, just like you said, Joey. I think Kansas City is going to come out swinging. They're desperate. And plus, we're still dealing with Justin Herbert, who is still injured and who still had that surgery. So we don't know the effects, of how's he going to play this week. But he's gonna give it a good old try. But I think that Kansas City's going to bounce back and they're gonna hang on for now, but not for long. That's why I got the Chiefs in a similar score that you have. Give me the Chiefs to survive for 1 week for now. 26-23 game-winning field goal.
Okay. All right.
Ooh,
Next
this
one on
next
the.
game's going to be good.
Oh yeah, Bills and the Patriots.
Man.
Oh, this one is brutal.
Yeah, they're
And
playing
keep this in
New
mind.
England too.
Keep this in mind too. New England's got a streak on the line.
Woo! Hijacker has New England beating Buffalo 20-19.
Wow.
Yeah, and keep in mind that there is a chance of snow in the forecast for this game.
They're playing at Foxborough.
Yep.
I mean, Buffalo just won their last snow game, so
You know what? Buffalo's out for revenge. I got Buffalo giving New England the same receipt that New England gave Buffalo in one of the best games played this year. I got this game as a, no pun intended, a stone cold classic. This is going to be, I think, the best game, arguably, possibly, of the week. Give me the Bills in overtime, 24-21.
actually, yeah, you know what? I'm going to roll with the Bills too. I think it's going to be a little higher scoring, though. You got two teams with firepower. You got two teams with great receivers, running backs, great defenses. But I think it's going to be a fucking fire battle. Give me Buffalo to win this 34-30.
Mm.
All right. Kevin has the Patriots over the Bills in this one, 31-27.
Okay.
I'm gonna go that exact same score. But my only difference is I'm picking the Bills. Bills over the Pats, 31-27.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, next game is your Commanders taking on the Giants.
Oh, dear God.
Please don't tell me this is on my market. This is like who's who. I think the Giants will find a creative way to lose. So give me Commanders in this one. Give it to Commanders in this one, 20-16. Hijacker has. What the hell is this? Hijacker has Washington beating New York 40-7.
Has he lost his mind?
You're gonna score 40 points with Marcus Mariota? No Zach Ertz? No
It technically
Daniels?
it technically has been done. I mean, he did score 41 on the Las Vegas Raiders back in week 3.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if he did it 10 years ago after he was signed. Give me a fucking break.
You're asking this Commanders team to drop. Okay, if you would have said 20, fine, I'll give you that. But he's predicting
Commanders and the 49ers are trying to see who can have the most injuries before the end of the season. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
What the hell? 40-7? You got to be kidding me.
I think I just stunned Joey on that one. That one,
Like
yeah.
this is that like.
Oh, you want to hear something stunning? Well, here's something stunning for you. Give me the Giants to win this one.
Okay.
Give me the Giants to win this one, 24-14.
That's actually a very reasonable score.
Very reasonable. Not 40-7. Give me a break. Good Lord.
All right, Steve, what you got?
Give me the Giants. Don't feel great about it, but think about it. We're dealing with two teams that are complete ass. Fuck it. Give me the Giants, 2017.
Well, in this next game, we got one team that's complete.
Wait.
Hang on.
Oh,
Still
Kevin.
got Kevin's score.
Oh, let's hear it.
And I knew I was going to say this one for last. He's got the Commanders over the Giants in overtime, on a game-winning safety.
Safety. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming from a mile away.
25-23.
I knew that was coming. Why when you said that and you laughed, I knew a safety was coming. I mean, come on. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be a field goal. I knew it wasn't going to be touchdown. The only
He
logical
is a
explanation,
game-winning safety.
a game-winning safety.
Good Lord. Good Lord in heaven.
Oh my gosh. What have we come to?
Although that is something I can see Kevin doing in Madden.
Yeah. He'll just run out the back of the end zone. Yay, safety. We suck. We suck ass in safety in the end zone.
Speaking of we suck ass, the Raiders are taking on the Eagles.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if the Eagles do not win this game, they got more problems than we know what to freaking deal with. So give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles to win this one 27-10.
Give me the Eagles to win this one 28-3.
Wow.
Yeah. Geno Smith is the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life. And my dog takes the big ones, let me tell you.
Give me Philadelphia the rebound. Give me Philly to knock the stuffings out of the Raiders 30-3.
And Kevin has the Eagles over the losers 20-10.
Let's see here. Yeah, Hijackers got Philly winning 31-13.
Now, this game right here might be the game of the week.
Yep, it is the first 4:25 start, and that is Packers and Broncos.
This is gonna be fun.
Now,
Oh yeah.
this is tough because you got Bo Nix, you got that awesome team that Denver has, and especially their defense. Their defense is elite. But the problem with Denver is they like to start late. They
that
they
is
go
true.
late, and you cannot do that against Jordan Love and the Packers.
This is
That
true.
was a mistake that sunk Chicago almost in the very end. Before that interception, that was the thing that almost sunk Chicago and almost made it more of a blowout than it
And
did.
where is this game happening Sunday?
I'm in Mile High.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's on the road.
I think I'm still going to give the Broncos the win in this one, but I'm telling you, they have to play all 4 quarters and play well to win this. If they stumble early, they do not get going until, like they usually do during the third or fourth quarter. I'm telling you right now, Jordan Love is going to have a field day. So give me the Broncos in this one. 28-23.
All
Okay.
right. Kevin has the Broncos over the Packers in this one 23-20.
Okay.
Hijacker has Denver over Green Bay 28-24. Okay, so it's almost similar to mine. All right.
You know what? I'm calling it right here. I'm calling it. I am going against the grain.
Of course you are.
I am picking the Packers to win an absolute classic over the Broncos 30-24.
Interesting.
And that's everybody, right?
I gotta give my score. And that's what
Okay, go ahead, Steven.
I've been thinking about this, and this is a tough game. Hmm. You know what? Give me Green Bay as well. 27-24.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
this
Moving
next
on.
one, this next one is no slouch either.
Yep, and it is the Rams and the Lions.
Oh my. Mm-hmm.
Is this taking place at Ford Field or is it taking place?
This is taking place in LA.
Okay.
So
Wow.
in that case, give me the Rams to win this one at home. I do think it's going to be a lot close than what the Rams typically tend to do at home, and that is, of course, blow the other opponent out. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. I'm going to go Rams over the Lions 34-27.
Okay.
And Kevin has the Lions over the Rams in overtime 30-27.
Wow. This should be an interesting game. Oh man, this is a hard game to pick. Oh. Hmm.
You know what? I'm going with the Rams. Give me the Rams in this one. Yeah, give me the Rams in this one. 28-24.
Yeah, give me the Rams. I think that they're going to be too much for Detroit because Detroit's defense really isn't that great. I think Stafford's going to have a field day, but I think it's going to be a high scoring affair. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams 34-30.
How did you give Hijacker score?
Not yet. I am
Not
I am
yet.
working on that right now. Blake Monroe's on my screen, so I'm a little bit distracted.
Oh, Lord.
Can't help it. I'm a single guy here. Leave me the fuck alone. You're married and got a foster son. Shut the hell up. And they may live happily ever after the end. 27-24 Rams over Detroit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next game is the Panthers taking on the Saints. Can't call them the Aints this week because they won a big game.
They still suck, but
They're not the Aints though. They are the Saints. I will say that much. I'm gonna
All
give them a
right.
little respect by saying their name right.
Well, despite that, Kevin is still calling them the Aints. And
Well,
he's got
of course it's Kevin Sting.
yeah, and he's got the Panthers beating them 15-13.
No. I say this is gonna be it's gonna be a little closer than what people think, but it's also gonna be a little higher scoring. I'm gonna go with them winning 24-21.
Who, the Panthers?
Panthers, yes. Hijacker has the Saints
wow.
17-13.
Interesting.
I'm going to go with the Panthers to win this one. I'm going to go Panthers 24-17.
Similar score 23-17, Carolina.
Oh boy. This next one. Mm-mm-mm.
Is this
Yep.
Sunday Night Football?
No.
No.
Colts and the Seahawks.
Ow. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
give
oh
me the
boy.
Seahawks to win this one. It doesn't matter who the Colts have lining up that quarterback on Sunday. Give me the Seahawks to completely overwhelm these Colts. Give me the Seahawks outright, 30-10.
Yeah, I'm on the same borderlines as you, Joey. Give me the Seahawks to absolutely roll. Give me Seattle 45-14.
What the hell kind of a score is that?
I'm gonna go high too, but I'm not gonna go that crazy. I'm gonna go 35-20 Seattle over Indy. And you know what? I'm gonna make a bold prediction. Philip Rivers will start this Sunday.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Kevin has the Seahawks over the Colts 23-7 with a side note.
Oh God.
Assault on the elderly for what Seattle does to Rivers. Surprise Pitt didn't want Rivers first because that's the retirement home.
Wow.
Wow. I'm surprised Arizona didn't want him because that's usually the retirement home.
If he gets injured, he can go. He can go sign with San Francisco. What? The truth is not the truth.
Wow.
See, Hijacker has Seattle beating Indiana. Wow, a close one. 30-28.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah,
Ah, wow.
yeah. It's got a close one here.
Wow.
All right.
Well, this next one's not going to be close.
Oh, not even fucking close. It's the 49 IRs taking on the Tennessee. We still don't remember the Titans.
Yeah, we're not going to remember that.
In Santa Clara.
Yeah, we're not going to remember this one. Give me the Niners to roll 27-0.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Tennessee a little bit more credit than that. I'm gonna not much though. Niners are gonna win. 28-14.
Yeah, give me the Niners 34-6.
Hijacker has San Fran beating Tennessee 23-16.
Okay.
Whoa, check out this score from Kevin. He's got the 49ers over the Titans 32-12.
Huh.
Okay. Odd, but still not out of the realm.
All right, Sunday Night Football.
Ooh. Vikings and the Cowboys.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh. Give me the Cowboys to win this one at home.
Oh, they are
Give me
playing
the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys 28-20.
They are playing in AT&T though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me the Cowboys in this one too. Um, you know what? 27-20. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
All
Um,
right, Kevin has the Ass Cowboys over the Valkyries 24-19.
finally
The
he uses the
Valkyries.
Valkyrie nickname. What fucking time?
Nice.
Been using that name for weeks now.
Yeah, he used the Vi Queens for like the last 3 weeks, but now he's calling the Valkyries today.
About time.
Nice.
About time he takes a page out of my damn book.
Ah,
It won't be the flight of them.
No.
nope.
23-17. Hijacker is Dallas over Minnesota.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. They got the better offense, the better overall team. Because Minnesota has a lot of holes in their team. Give me Dallas 30-20.
Oh, Monday Night Football. To wrap up week 15. It is the Dolphins going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
Yep, that's going to be a game.
Yeah,
Oh, it's going to be a game, all
little
right.
and here's a little stat. for you guys. If Pittsburgh wins this game, it will once again mean that Coach Mike Tomlin, or actually, you know what? I forgot. There's 17 weeks in the season.
There's
I mean,
18.
there's 18, not 17. I forgot.
I know. Just to take a quick breather for a moment. Shiloh Hill is currently making his NXT in-ring debut now.
Nice.
Nice. Who's he facing?
Lexus King.
Oh boy,
All right.
the loudmouth of NXT.
Yep. Give me, you know what? Give me Pittsburgh in this one to discount double check the Miami Dolphins.
State Farm commercial.
Yes, sir. I still don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means because the Dolphins have been playing some really good ball as of late. Give me this one. Give me this one 23-17.
Yeah, give me Pittsburgh in a crazy, chaotic Monday night game. They'll survive, but they'll win in the end because they got Aaron Rodgers and Miami has Tua turn the ball over. Give me the Steelers to beat Miami 24-22.
Almost the same score, but I'm going one up and one lower. Give me the Steelers to win this one 25-21.
Okay.
And Hijacker has Pittsburgh beating Miami 21-19.
And
Okay.
Kevin has the AARP club over the Mermaids 24-20.
AARP Club.
And that'll do it for week 15.
Absolutely.
If you thought last week's games were crazy with the predictions, this week just got a whole hell of a lot crazier.
Yep. And of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
all 16 teams play this week. No one is on a bye.
Yep.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, the bye weeks are over.
Yep. We're in week 15 now. Week 16 will be next week. And next week we will cover 15, get through that. And week 16 will be upon us to do predictions. But
Yep.
that's it for this, really. I mean, let me go through real quick some quick headlines from Chef D. If there was anything we did not cover that happened during this time, because obviously we went through some news as we were going along. Obviously, we mentioned the Daniel Jones situation, the Philip Rivers. Okay, here's some positive news. The police have arrested a 20-year-old Bronx man and charged him with attempted murder, assault, and criminal possession of a weapon in connection with the shooting of Jets player Chris Boyd. So they finally got.
They got him.
Yeah, they finally got what they believe is the man who severely injured, and critically injured Chris Boyd. Let's see here. I'm checking real quick for anything else. Let's see here. Anything worth noting? Oh, T. Higgins is back in concussion protocol.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was evaluated twice and cleared to return. After the game, in discussion with club medical personnel as part of a post-game evaluation, he notified the team that he was experiencing symptoms and was immediately placed in protocol.
Mm.
Yep. Oh, we didn't cover this. And that is that the Buccaneers have signed to their practice squad Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yes, we missed that.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
And we hope the Bucks got a nice 10% discount, obviously for 9/10 of his hand being there. But and if you don't know what I'm talking about, a few years ago, Jason Pierre-Paul blew off one of his fingers in a fireworks accident. So there's that for you to catch up to speed on. Chiefs left tackle Wyand Morris has suffered a season-ending knee injury.
Yeah, and the Chiefs' offensive line woes continue.
Yep. Let's see what else. Trey Hendrickson is set to undergo core muscle surgery this week. And it'll expect an asylum for approximately 6 weeks. Hendrickson initially suffered the injury during Week 6 against Green Bay and then pushed to play 2 weeks later against the Jets. The injury is not approved with advised rest of team rehab and will now need to be addressed.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's see here. I mentioned about Devon Chain and his rib injury. Obviously, you're going to keep an eye on that. Texans tight end Brevin Jordan have reached an agreement on a 1-year extension.
That's good.
Yep. Let's see what else right here. Just trying to cut through some of the fluff here. See what I can find here. Because a lot of this was the injury stuff that happened on Sunday, so let's see. Also, yeah, I'm trying to cut through some of this stuff, but obviously there's a lot that came down over this past week. Just obviously injury wise and signings and all that different shit. So just try to cut through real quick so we can get done and get out of here. Let's see. The Steelers have said that they are not going to fire Mike Tomlin, but they do have a significant decision to make early next year based on the option year in his contract. Obviously, Mike Tomlin's been with the Steelers seems like forever now. So we'll see what happens there. The Broncos promoted the other day tight end Mercedes Lewis to the active roster.
What in the world is going on with these old players of, back,
Golly,
15 years ago playing in the league still?
Isn't he
wasn't
42
this
years
dude?
old?
I mean,
Yeah.
it was like his 20th year in the NFL.
Yeah, I believe he's
Night-
40. I believe he just turned 42.
Something like that. Like 19th, 20th year. Like insane.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jets signed defensive back Jordan Clark to their 53-man roster. Let's see. As far as any major stuff, obviously. Oh shit. Matt Campbell and Penn State are working toward a deal for him to become the next coach of the Nittany Lions.
Interesting.
Yeah. I believe somebody on the NFL was going to be brought into the college world, I thought. Maybe it was an offensive coordinator or something. I don't remember. Oh, UAB football is expected to hire Alex Mortensen as the school's next head coach. He's going to take over. He's going to take over in the wake of Trent Dilfer's dismissal. And I believe that is it in the world of the NFL. I don't have really too much in the way of big NHL news. As far as that goes, I mean, there wasn't anything that was completely out of the ordinary. I'll double check just to be kind of sure. Lightning and the Canadians are playing right now. I'll say that much. Lightning right now are beating the Canadians 5-1. That sounds about right. But I think that's about it. Do any of you guys have anything else you want to throw out before we call it a day?
I think I'm good.
Good.
All right. Final thoughts then. Joey, you're up.
Once again, great show with you guys. Love talking about all different sorts of sports. NFL football is entering the last month of the regular season, believe it or not. MLB free agency is starting up. NBA is hot in action right now. So, oh boy, great time to be alive if you're a sports fanatic. And
Yep.
not to mention the college football playoffs starting up in a couple weeks. Looking forward to watching those games, and bowl season in general is starting up soon. So looking forward to those games as well.
Also
As a
looking
matter of
forward to
fact,
John Cena's last match on Saturday with Gunther.
oh yeah, the kid inside of me is gonna be very, very, very emotional this Saturday night when I watch my favorite wrestler of all time, John Cena, compete in his final WWE match. Yeah, it's gonna be a sad, sad time.
Yeah.
But I will say that John Cena has inked a new 5-year deal to be an ambassador for WWE once his contract or once his final match is over. So John Cena will still be around. We may not see him on camera, but he'll still be around. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Peace out.
All
Great
right.
job. Great job, you guys. Had a great time tonight. Thank you to everybody tuning in live, and thanks for those that tune in on demand. Thank you to Kevin and the Hijacker sending in their scores, and what a very entertaining pick segment for this week. And we'll see how we all do this week. And this is going to get very interesting as we near the final stages of the regular season here in the month of December. We'll be back to talk about week 15 in the NFL, preview week 16. We'll probably talk about John Cena and Gunther's match from Saturday night's main event. Also, shout outs to Obafemi facing Cody Rhodes this Saturday. That's going to be very good. So Ruka facing Bailey. That's going to be a hell of a match. I mean, just this card is loaded. And the fact that John Cena is giving back to the business that he loves. What a class act. Nothing more to say. The GOAT. Had a lot of fun with you guys talking NFL, college football, NBA, in between. Some big news in baseball with the free agent signings today, and I'm pretty sure that's going to continue as the offseason progresses. You can follow us on Twitter or X at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and where we are live on most Tuesday nights on YouTube.com/Nation Sports Show at 7 o'clock on the East, 6 o'clock Central, and 4 o'clock Pacific time. You can also follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter or X at Nation's Corner. Facebook, the Instagram, and where they are live on YouTube are all at the Nation's Corner. Check the guys and guy out every Saturday at 7 o'clock on the East, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific as I talk a little pro wrestling. RASSLIN, that spells wrestling. And there's a lot going on. A lot of going on. Cena's final match. It's going to be a very emotional Saturday night. The GOAT is finally hanging up his jorts for the final time. Him and Gunther are going to have a hell of a match, I think. The torch will be passed. What a moment it's going to be for everybody involved this weekend. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the wrestling. Enjoy the sports. And whatever you get into. Had a great time with you guys here tonight. Looking forward to being back on with you guys next week. And with that being said, Ezra, wrap us up, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Of course, you can catch us on demand. Check out our individual social medias. Check out everything that we're currently doing. Just want to plug real quick. Want to say a big thank you to Natty Neidhart, who signed the banner for our Too Sweet Cosplay page. I'd like to thank her for doing that at her book signing the other day. The Low Key Legend taking care of business there for us. Thank you so much, Natty. We appreciate it. We'd also like to thank we'd also like to thank some of our friends over at Repop and C2E2. We're gonna have some announcements real soon, hopefully within the next couple months, about about us being possibly C2E2. We'll give you details on that as soon as we know more. But and of course, like you said, this weekend, a big weekend, an emotional weekend, was we say farewell to the GOAT, John Cena. Obviously, thank you, Cena. One match I do want to plug is big because of it being a first time, and that is the first time that a TNA star will be competing at Saturday night's main event, and that is when AJ Styles and Dragon Lee will team up to take on the team of Javon Evans and Leon Slater, the X Division champion. And it's going to be an amazing match. Of course, many other matches: Sol Ruka versus Bailey, Cody Rhodes versus Opa Femi, and of course, Cena versus Mr. No Fun Guy Gunther. But it's going to be an emotional day and week. And of course, we're all going to say thank you, Cena, as tearfully he leaves this sport as an active competitor. But like Joey said, 5 years he's coming as an ambassador, and hopefully to train the next, as he said, to train the next crop of stars to make their mark on this industry. So definitely, it's going to be awesome.
Real quick, I do want to point out that we're going back to that announced match between AJ and Dragon Lee against Javon Evans and Leon Slater. How about the first ever X Division champion in TNA facing today's current X Division champion?
Yes, sir. It's very historic battle. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome, especially with Leon and Javon together as a team. They are absolutely electrifying. And also, don't forget, for you fans of GCW this weekend, Nick Gage Invitational as well, the same night as John Cena's final match. The one-night death match tournament in name of the king, Nick F. Gage, will take place as well. And competitors include Otis Kogar and Little Sicko, but most importantly, the NGI debut of Bear Bronson. Speaking of Bear, congratulations on him making his TNA debut in the Countdown to Final Resolution. And also, congratulations to his wife, the Nomi Gabby Forza, with her and many others who competed in the Lodestone camp, which I'm sure that our Nation's Corner friends will cover this week. So we're going to let them do that. But enough of me talking. Let's get out of here. So for Kevin Rory, for Hijacker Mike, Joey Thornton, Stephen Wyand, and everybody in the Sports Show Nation, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you right here next week with another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care. Have a great time, and we will see you all next week. Same time, same YouTube channel. And for one final time, for the never seen 17 last real champion, thank you, Cena. Word life.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Thanks for watching this week's feature presentation of our Nation Sports Show.